Hey, you're looking to improve your gameplay with Revenant? Well, look no further. I got you. My name is Josh. I create Apex videos. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how to master the Revenant. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. Like I mentioned, I do guides, tutorials, tips to help you improve your gameplay. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you again for supporting the channel. And if you're a returning viewer, you already know what's up. Just hit the like button at least for me. Come on. And without further ado, let's get to this video and let's get it. Alright guys, so let's talk about Revenant and how to master them. So these videos, what I'm going to keep doing over time is build out episodes. I have noticed that Revenant is a favorite character in my videos. I seem to see that you guys are gearing more towards him, Gibby, Watson, and Caustic as some of the favorite characters. But if there's any other legends, let me know in the comments below, because I'm going based on the data, and I think Revenant is a very dynamic player if you use him correctly. So one of the things I'm going to cover right now at the beginning of this video is just talk about his abilities like I've covered before. You know, he has his passive, which is his ability to crawl up spaces, which are walls at a higher distance than regular legends. He has the ability to stay crouched and move at a faster pace than a regular legend. And then he has his tactical, which is his silence, which he has 2, and it deals 20 seconds each. Then he has his ultimate, which is a death totem. Basically, you use that sucker to kind of go out, become a ghost. If you, use a whole duration time, then you stay at the place that you're at. If you get attacked and your health is depleted, then you come back 50%, which I'll cover in the video as we keep going and progressing with this. But right now at the beginning, there's not much to go over because we're trying to loot. It's not towards halfway, which I'll move it towards to kind of talk about gameplay and what we're trying to achieve here. So, yeah, right off the bat, one of the things I've been noticing on the comment section on the first video is that there was a lot of people mentioning some good helpful tips. I heard from one of the comments saying that one of the best ways to use Revenant is by being someone that is away from the team. He's a silence type player, so you really don't need to stick with your team, which I do like that tactic, but you got to be very careful, especially if you're not that great of a legend user overall. If you can't hold your own, I would still stick with your squad, but if you could hold your own, yeah, I agree. Go out there, try to find some teams, flank them, use the death totem when needed, silence them, but then obviously retreat back to your teammates. One of the things I also found out was the whole squatting position, which I did cover in the video, but it's basically saying make sure when you're healing up, shielding up, make sure you crouch down. That way you're not making any noise and you can move from one point to another. So let's say I'm by one doorway, I can crouch, heal up, and actually get to the other side of the doorway. That way I can kind of move myself in my position without letting the enemies know where I'm at. So it's a pretty cool tactic. But overall, there's a lot of good feedback. I do find him a useful character. He's pretty intense. I have been playing a lot of him, getting some good games, over about 1800 damage, averaging about maybe 6 to 8 kills per game. I would say the new season, I'm having a difficulty achieving that just because Kings Canyon is not my favorite map overall. And I just feel like it's a lot more sweaty. And I just feel like my skills probably dropped, but and obviously this map I'm doing a lot better. I like the landscape, the cover areas, but overall he's great to use. But what I'm going to actually do is just kind of speed this up and let's get to the meat and potatoes like I always do and kind of cover scenarios so you guys can kind of get some insight. So let's keep going with this video and let me speed it up. So I'm going to keep speeding this up. It's not till we go through the tunnel here we get some action. So let me speed it back up. Alright, so right now we're going to approach our first encounter with my team. My teammates are really good too. We got Gibby, we got Pathy. So first thing we see here is Watson's fences. So for the beginner users, and even the ones that know the game as well too, make sure you guys know that, for instance, this fence, if you guys break it, if you're Watson, you actually see your, and look at the map. I'm going to start drawing on the map. If you're Watson, you have your beacons where obviously it shows you where your fences are at, right? So let's say these little dots I'm writing, they're like the fences that I've created. If I delete this and I destroy it, it's obviously going to let that Watson know that I'm coming in, that I'm approaching, or I'm somewhere near it. Or let's say I pass through it, it does let Watson know that I'm actually approaching that fence. So you get pinged if you're Watson. The whole goal here is for me to move in and kind of like discreetly get to them in a very, very quiet, silent way. So let's see what I do right here. Let me clear this out. And I think my team probably destroys it, but I just jump over it. Because if you guys actually saw right now, let me go back. There was one there by the stairway. And there's one to my left side. So you guys saw that. Like, right now, let me see. So there was one here. There's one down here. So they've obviously blocked this because they're obviously going into the loot cave and the loot room where they got the key. So let's keep this going. One thing I do notice is I hear sound. And we see the team there. You do see the Watson. She's right there. There goes the squad. So what do I have right now? I have my ultimate ready, which is my death totem. I do got my tactical, so I'm pretty much suited to go into action. So let me clear this out. Keep this going. You chuck those grenades. Like I mentioned before, try to at least have 2. If not, just 1. Reason why? You'll see right now. One of the guys jumped on the car, pushing, but I'm starting to throw the grenades to kind of like push them back. There we go. I put the ultimate down. Now I'm just trying to push. I do see enemy right here. They're obviously shielding up, and there's another team here. Well, obviously teammates, but there's another teammate over here that's from another team. There goes a Prowler. Prowler being one of the strongest weapons in the game when you add that select fire. There we go. We got some kills. We got our first kill. This Watson was just probably a bot, or they just stayed stuck where they got out of the game, but easy kill. So again, we're trying to move. We do see another squad that's pushing. Took them out. And then again, guys, let me show you guys what I mean by this on the whole death totem. So if you guys look at my duration time at the bottom, it's decreasing, right? Now, if I haven't dealt any damage, then I will be at this position. So it's obviously decreasing the time. The fact that I haven't gotten like much damage dealt, then I reappear where I'm at. I don't go back to the totem. I only go back when I actually get knocked with my health bar. But otherwise, if you don't, then just know you should take cover immediately, because then you're going to be stuck out like a sore thumb. So we got to keep going. There goes another Watson. We got 2 kills now. Well, we got 2 kills from the other Watson, sorry. So let me actually speed this up and keep going. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I just want to get to the actual points of gameplay. So right now we're getting closer to the end game. My teammate pings that door. And then let me go back. Okay, so right now we do hear some action going on in this area. One of the things you always want to do is obviously stay indoors before you guys peek out. But we do see 2 squads fighting. And now our game approach is how are we going to obviously attack one of the teams. Again, I'm going to go back. And the Prowler is very clean on the accuracy in the shot. It's very clean. And one of the things I'm going to tell you guys is, if you're shooting the game, you're like, man, my aim sucks. One of the things I'm going to tell you guys is there's a lot of aiming apps out there. And there's this app called AimLab, which is only for PC. But if you guys have a decent computer, if you guys plug in, this specifically for Xbox, if you guys plug in your Xbox controller to your PC, you guys download AimLab, which is free. You just have to get Stream and then find the app. It actually helps. And I've been doing that recently where I get some training sessions in, kind of warm up, and then you get into the game and you kind of test a lot of the features. I'm still a controller guy. I'm not a PC mouse keyboard, but it really helps. And one of the things I'll tell you guys is don't be discouraged on your shots. If you keep practicing, you guys are going to get better. I'm at level 250, I believe, in my game with the Apex Legend. I haven't even hit 500. So to compare someone at 500 versus 250, I expect a 500 person to have a better aim than me. So just keep practicing, guys. Don't be discouraged. And you'll land your shots. So here we go. We knocked out one of the characters with the Prowler. I'm doing everything I can to shield up. And then I try to place my death totem in the spot, but I can't. I'm trying to like hide it. Because one of the things you always want to do is when you place the totem, don't place it outside. Let's say I place it here. Why? Well, enemies can actually shoot it. You know, you can get shots coming in from all angles, and then that will destroy the totem. The whole point with the totem is that you always want to use a wall. Like I could use this area here, put the totem. I could use it by the rock, by a wall. That way at least one of its 4 walls is protected, and it's not like all 4 angles is open. So just keep that in mind, guys, because if I see a death totem out, I can use it too as an enemy, but I would destroy it just to get you guys back into the game without being a ghost. So yeah, let me clear that out. All right, so we're going in. I use the wall of the stairway, and now we're pushing. Now I'm using my R301, which is a great weapon too for starters. I always recommend that weapon. We are now the new kill leader, which is really good. Again, you want to keep moving with Revenant. You got to maintain that momentum. Don't play slow. And then keep pinging everything you need for your teammates. Like anything you guys see, anything purple, blue, gold, just ping it for your teammates because they might need it. So let me keep going. We're moving, but I do know that my teammate does find the other squad here. So I fast forward a bit. I do see another squad. I do shoot potatoes here, but it's all good. Don't get discouraged. Plus her hitbox is just smaller. Knocked. So now we have 5 kills. So again, you know, if you have a combination between a Prowler and an R301, that is very useful to have in your loadout. Again, ping everything that you see because we're getting closer to the end game. Right now, we have 3 squads left. Upper right-hand corner. I'm just trying to look around to see if I can find any other missing loot that maybe my teammates might need or I need. Okay, let me fast forward this. Let me go back. Approaching another section of the map, pretty much close to the end game. And now we know there's a squad up top or inside the building. So my game is to attack, place a totem, again, placing the totem by walls. So we got 1 wall here, and then we got 1 wall here. So the only spots that are open is this way, or the rock way, which no one's gonna really pop up from those sides because everyone is this side. So just keep that in mind. I know it's when it's like in the moment you don't place it correctly, but just keep that in mind to always place it in spots where you guys can hide it and protect it. Okay, so here we go. We're trying to move. Remember, your tactical is low right now. We only have 6 seconds, 5 seconds left, so we'll get it pretty soon. I'm trying to move because we know there's a squad inside. And now we're just trying to find a good positioning. Here we go again. Get him knocked with the Prowler. Didn't get any damage dealt, so I stay where I'm at with my totem. I don't go back. And now I'm just trying to move to see where the other guy's at. Good, we got that guy out. Now the squad is inside. The last squad is inside the building, even though there's 3 squads left. 2 of them are inside. Remember, get all angles, attack from all ends, shield up when you need to. Obviously go into corridors to protect yourself. And I do see a Cossack there. I don't bum rush him because, you know, having a 3 squad versus someone that's a 1-1 squad, they can still win the game. So I'm trying to be very careful. So I'm trying to do everything I can to hurt him. He moves from the position. Now I go to the other way. So now we're all taken care of. Now there's only 1 squad left. And now we know they're inside there. Here we go, we're pushing. There we go, done. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. You know, Revenant, you guys didn't see a lot of action at the beginning, but it's more halfway to the end game, which was consistent. I just had to speed it up a bit. But you guys saw his gameplay, his style. If you guys haven't picked him yet, haven't even like tried to purchase him yet, I would. But if I had to give you guys a choice between Caustic or him, I would say Caustic. My whole goal with you guys, the ones that are sure of picking them up, is making sure you know the fundamentals and know how to kind of like strafe, how to aim, know all the elements of the game. Once you do, I challenge you to try any new legend you haven't picked out yet, and I'm pretty confident that you'll learn to love the player. It does take practice. It did take me probably maybe 20 games or so to kind of get used to Revenant at the beginning when I got him, but over time you'll get used to it, and then you'll pretty much become a boss player. So hopefully you guys get a lot of content out of this. I'll create more episodes with Revenant and other legends that I haven't talked about, but this is it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and until the next one, later guys.